that goes with this meaning as well. And when we looked at the 24 qualities, we looked at ehi passiko, ehi passika, ehi paha karanna one, or as in you need to eliminate at the time it arises. So that is also in line with this. So ehi passika quality is you need to get rid of the raga, dvesha, moha when they arise. Not in future I'm going to get rid of the raga tomorrow. Not like that. Or yesterday's raga. You can't do anything about yesterday's raga, dvesha, moha. You can only do what arises now, right? So that's what you need to see. Watch out, not every moment, but the paccuppanna moment when you deal with defilements. So that's, you need to be watching more carefully about the raga, dvesha and moha. So that is what that means. Then moving on to the next one, which is pabassara chitta, and how vijnana kanda is created. So this has been a topic that people have argued in the past. Well, not argued but questioned a lot, right? So we say chitta mana manos chitta mana manasang hadayam pandana mano manayatanang vijnana kando. So that gets defiled little by little. The chitta is pabassara bindang bhikkave chittang. So the chitta itself is pure. So that is like clean water, but it gets slowly defiled by other things. Like if you make tea, you put some tea bag, you put some sugar, you put milk, blah blah blah. So it gets added on and then it gets defiled. And then when it comes to vijnana, right, it's defiled to a certain extent. But here what we are trying to, this is how it was explained before, right? But when we talk about the defiling of the chitta up to vijnana, the first rounds, it's not defiled with raga, dvesha, moha. It's come to it's become defiled, but it's become defiled by without raga, dvesha, moha, shall I say, right? So what's happened is, say for example, let's try to understand this with an example. You look at something, say you see a person. First you look at that person, you probably sometimes you can't even identify whether it's a man or a woman, and then you look at carefully. After some time you identify that it's a man. Then a little bit later, it takes a few seconds, right? I'm not talking like minutes or hours. It just takes a few seconds, maybe split seconds, and then you understand, oh, that's this man. And you are only identifying that person. Once you understood or once you identified that person, then comes the raga, dvesha, moha, right? Say for example, you see someone, but that's a very say that's an enemy, a person that you don't like at all. You just imagine you hate that person, for argument's sake, right? But you didn't identify that person. Nothing's going to happen to your mind. You're not going to have any hatred. But you look at that person, oh, who is that? And then you identified. And as soon as you identified, after you identified is when the dvesha comes into play. Now you're angry. Now you're burning. Now you're sweating. Now you're red. All of a sudden, certain things have changed in a split second. But only after you identified. So now this is what we are trying to look at and understand whether how to break it down and where it gets defiled, and whether we can prevent the raga, dvesha, moha coming into play, right?